Bristol Motor Speedway is the fifth stop in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. It's the Food City 500. And if you want 50 laps of short track madness, you got it. And there's no place to look further to than Bristol. And what... And I say, knowing the past races here at Bristol Motor Speedway, grab something to drink and a bag of Doritos and enjoy the show, because it's going to be a long show here at Bristol, because it seems to be caution every lap here. And well, without further ado, let's get the race going here. On the pole, it's Joshua Osborne at 141 miles an hour here at Bristol, number 99 Excited Batteries Ford. Alongside the winner at Atlanta, Dougie Shears will start alongside. Mason Powers at number 8, Budweiser Chevrolet has the inside row number 2, along with Ryan Richards at 25, the Kodiak Chevrolet. Charles Sanford, the 24, DuPont NASCAR 2000 Chevrolet has the inside row number 3. Beside him, John Arndt, oh so close to winning in Atlanta, only to get involved in an altercation on the final lap. Dalton Day at the number 20, Crown Petroleum Chevrolet will be flanked by Trevor Reinhardt at the number 3, GM Goodrich Chevrolet. Then it's Nathan Hudson, number 33, Skull Bandit Chevrolet. And Pichu London, number 22, Maxwell House Ford, the winner at Las Vegas. So with that all said, let's get the race going here. And here comes the command to fire the engines here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Start your engines and prepare for some demolition derby, basically. So that's what's it all going to be, basically, here. As the pace car about to hit on pit road, 0.533 miles of racing, and when the laps do click off, they click off in 15 seconds or less. So let's see what happens here. Pace car looks on the pit road, the green flag waves, and we are underway at Bristol. Oh, we got a crash already! Dougie Shears has crashed. Jessica Shelton, she's crashed us already. Boy, is she gonna bust me for this track. Well, that didn't take long at all here, as I pretty much predicted. Lap number 1, and heck already broke loose. Literally. Dougie Shears, the outside poster, did not get a good start. And as the end result, though, he gets into a crash here. Trevor Reinhardt bounced off the wall. John Arndt spins. Dalton Day and Tony Green did actually. Here, Seth Cole gets into the spin. So does Quentin Moore. And those three kept going, but then Jessica Shelton, unfortunately for her, gets into an altercation herself. And it's a shame, though, because Shelton started 13th in this race. Looked like she might have had a possibility of a good run. And she looked like she was going to be through the crash, and she snakes her way through all those cars, and then gets hit in the butt by Mike Becker after she hit the 44 of, or she hit the 20 of Dalton Day, and then she gets nailed by the 42 of Kyle Matthews. And Quentin Moore and Seth Cole both split her up the middle. But it was a driving job and a half out of Shelton. Let's ride with her on this one. And Shelton frustratingly trying to get her car to start, in which she successfully does so. So let's try this again here at Bristol. Here, one lap, one caution already out. So we're about to get set for green on lap number 7 here at Bristol. Joshua Osborne leads. Second is Mason Powers. Third, Ryan Richards. Fourth, Charles Sanford. And fifth is Pichu London as the green waves. Let's try this again here at Bristol. Look at Mason Powers, number 8. To the inside, Osborne off the wall. Powers to the lead. And Osborne's still stuck on that high side of the track. Let's keep an eye on him. How are they keeping it from... I'm not going to say nothing right here. Dunham dives inside of Dalton Day, and oh, we got a spinner. Looks like it's Joshua Collard and McIntyre that spun out. And it looks like we had a spinner out, and ooh, Collard almost nailed Tony Green in the 4. That was close. And Tony Green, who was already involved in an altercation earlier in the race, he had, and let's see, there's the original cause of the caution. Matt McIntyre in the 18 and Joshua Collard in 43. They were in the top 10. Both of them. McIntyre was in a battle with Daniel Voiles for the number 4 spot. And let's see whether McIntyre off the wall gets in the Collard. And I say Collard's going to have some words with McIntyre in the garage area over this. And both cars were able to get back going again and the race resumed for both Collard and McIntyre. But meanwhile, Tony Green in the 4, who is already a lap down in 35th. Let's see what happened to him. Quentin Moore, I think, got up in the wall, I think. Nope. Jesse Henry in the 17, he slams into Tony Green's car. Mike Becker turns him around. Watch Joshua Collard. Oh! Collard missed Green, I say by an eyelash on this deal. That was so close. But Tony Green pretty much ended the butt end of the joke on this deal in the 4 car. It's like we were saying a lot of times here, guys. What happens at Bristol happens so quick and so fast that it's almost impossible to get away from everything. And especially when laps here at Bristol take, as we said, 15 seconds or less, sometimes 14 here at Bristol. But nonetheless, so Mason Powers in the 8, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. cars has the lead. Charles Sanford in 2nd, 3rd, Zach Flickinger, 4th is Daniel Voiles, 5th, Jonathan Zorlin. As the green flag waves, we're back underway here at Bristol. Look at Charles Sanford. Oh, and they Matt Sky Commons has crashed. Poteet riding the wall. We saw Mason Powers spin out. Well, somebody's smoking bad. Oh, and it was Collard. Collard has crashed. Mason Powers has crashed. Joshua Osborne's crashed. Seth Cole's crashed. Better question is who didn't crash. That's almost a better question. Oh, and Johnny Gardner flipped in a 6. Well, Mason Powers, not only did he lose the lead, but he also lost his car to boot. And he hits Charles Sanford. Sanford gets into the wall. Flickinger takes the lead all the while. Dylan Young gets into him. Johnny Gardner gets into him in the 6. Watch Gardner, though. And Mason Myers, he hit Osborne. Commons hits Young, and then Gardner looks like he's going to drive away. Then he, and hits his teammate Joshua Osborne. Cody Lamas. Trent Dunham gets into him. Trey Campbell gets into him. Watch Dalton Day. And flips over Johnny Gardner's car. Osborne's car, meanwhile, twitching a little bit, trying to get his car to start. And Tony Green, I think this time he hits the brakes and just watch it all unfolds. But that was a bad deal for Johnny Gardner. And it looked like he was through the crash, and Gardner was running 8th when this happened too. On board Johnny Gardner's car. Does a nice once-over roll. Cranks her back up and gets back going again. And still running nonetheless, too. Not obviously a car's flip over run. Not even halfway through here at Bristol, and we still got 29 laps of racing left to go. Zach Flickinger in the lead, Daniel Voiles, Pichu London, Jonathan Zorlin, and Charles Sanford the top 5 as the green flag waves are back underway. Let's try this again. Oh no, 3 wide out, turn number 4. Whoa! Powers off the wall, hits the side of Keith Batson's car. Several cars slip, sliding all over the place here at Bristol. And Powers still can't get off the wall. Meanwhile, Daniel Voiles still out in front. Let's check and see what all is happening. Oh, and Nick Pericles on the inside lane. Ooh. That was close. Austin Mongold all over the back of Dylan Poteet. Cody Lamas behind them. And we're under yellow again. And who's that smoking? It's the Zed Weinstein, 70, the defending series champ. And he was running 6 when this happened, too, in the 70 Rumpel Furniture car. See a little smoke coming into the cockpit on Zed's car, and that means he's pretty much done for. Let's see what happened to Weinstein. He was battling with for 6-5 with Keith Batson in the 28. Just about like what Michael and John Dawson did coming out on season 4 on the coming to the white flag, just about. Except neither car with and Zach Flickinger and Daniel Voiles. Looks like they spun after taking the yellow flag. They were first and second, I think. Not sure, really. But Weinstein was the cause of the yellow flag. And Flickinger, he about rear-ended Weinstein. And Voiles will drive by on both the cars to retain position. But Flickinger lost second to Pichu London in a 22. Nathan Hudson currently runs in 3rd position. 4th right now runs in 4th position, excuse me. Jesse Dalton in 5th. Keith Batson, Jonathan Zorlin, Ryan Richards, Trevor Reinhardt, and Gene Sanford the top 10. And so far, 9 cars out of the race already here at Bristol. Like I said, it's going to be a long show here today at Bristol, and it's been a long show so far, but we're not done yet. It'll be 19 laps to go and get this race back going again. Daniel Voiles looking for his first win in the season. He's out in front. Second is Pichu. Third, Flickinger. Fourth, Hudson. Fifth is Jesse Dalton. The green flag waves are back underway. Oh, keep your eye on those lap cars. They're going to be trouble. That's Mason Powers and Jesse Henry. Oh, and Hudson off the wall on the 33. Here comes Batson. He'll take second. He'll take position. Whoa! And he and Mason Powers about took each other out of the race. And here comes Batson. Oh, and Trevor Reinhardt's around. Gene Sanford spun. And apparently Gene Sanford a little mad with Dougie Shears. Dougie didn't do a darn thing. I don't know what was going on there. Oh, and Dalton Day leaning on Mike Becker. On Trey Campbell, he's damaged up. Who's in the lead? I'm not so sure right now who's in the lead. It looks like Pichu, yes, Pichu London has the lead of this race. And let's look at it again as what happened. Mason Powers was off. Mason Powers actually was off, could not keep his car off the wall. Here he was in the 8. He had Nathan Hudson underneath him. His Powers off the wall in the Hudson. Hudson in the Reinhardt. Reinhardt bunny hopped a little bit, and then he spins out. Sanford, Gene Sanford, that is, in a 94. She gets into the wall herself. And Gene gets tapped, I think, by Marty Johnson in the 55. And then Gene gets a little... I thought she had a little tap from Kyle Matthews. I'm not so sure, actually, but... And Sanford comes up and she... Yeah. Dougie Shears didn't do anything. I don't know why she gave Dougie a little tap in the back, but... But Gene right now drops to the 17th position at the moment. Reinhardt drops to 15th. This time by will be 11 laps to go here at Bristol. Pichu London looking for a second win of the season. Zach Flickinger and Daniel Voiles and Jesse Dalton all looking for their first ever wins. Ryan Richards looking for his first win, I believe, since season 10 or 11. I'm not so sure, actually. And, whoa, Pichu London took off big time on that start. Oh, and Jesse Dalton gets off the wall. Ryan Richards, he's making a move. Keith Batson, he's got the shove from the 33 of Mason Power, or 33 of Nathan Hudson. And Reinhardt spins again. Oh, and Flickinger and Voiles, they got tangled up. Pichu London keeps the lead. And we got another spinner, and Reinhardt spins by himself. So does William Duncan. Poor Trevor Reinhardt. He's going to be probably glad to be out of Bristol. And here he was running right behind his teammate Dylan Poteet in the 31. Jesse Dalton in 11. He went up the track. He was running in the top 10 when this happened. Off the wall it goes, and in the Trevor. And Jonathan Zorlin in the 5, he gets spun out as well. And Zorlin gets a little kiss from Gene Samper. She got off the wall a little bit. And somebody spun right there in the front. That was Nathan Hudson, 33. He spun. There's Nathan. And there's where Trevor spun by himself. Oh, and a little log jam happened on turn 4. Mason Powers again got off the wall. And Hudson gets in the Powers. Powers spins Austin Mongold out in the 14. And oh, Trent Dunham got squeezed big time in that one car. Gee whiz. I don't know if we'll make it through this final few laps under green or not, but we have 4 laps to go and this race gets back underway. Pichu London looking for second win of the season. He leads. Zach Flickinger second. Third, Daniel Voiles. Fourth, Ryan Richards. Fifth, Cody Lamas. Sixth is Keith Batson. Seventh, John Arndt. Eighth, Austin Mongold. Ninth is Nathan Hudson. And 10th is Trent Dunham, in spite getting squeezed into the wall. These cars are going to have, I'll tell you what, the repair shops are going to be pretty busy after this race as they head the next stop on the tour at Texas Motor Speedway. And here we go. Who wins at Bristol? We'll find out in 4 more laps. The green flag waves are back underway. Flickinger got a good start. Here he comes to the inside of Pichu. Flickinger to the inside. Here comes Ryan Richards inside of Daniel Voiles. Oh, and oh my gosh. Flickinger to the lead. And oh, and Pichu spins. Here comes Richards to the inside. Ryan Richards to the lead as the yellows waved again. And the race may be over here, and if that's the case, Ryan Richards has won with Zach Flickinger second. Oh, and Mike Becker and William Duncan. Oh, and Trevor Reinhardt again, number 3. And I got 3 wide going into turn number 3. We'll look at the first incident. The second one involved Pichu London. And they almost got 4 wide, and you cannot do that at Bristol. Oh, and Trevor turns Mike Becker hard in the wall. Just as Jessica Shelton and Trey Campbell comes out of pit road, and then Becker comes up and hits William Duncan. And meanwhile, there was the battle for the win between Flickinger and Ryan Richards, and Flickinger got loose. Richards has it sticks to the inside, and he'll take the win. What will be the win here at Bristol, I should say, at least now. And gosh, poor Pichu London looked like he might have had the race won. And then he gets off the wall into Cody Lamas. And that was dire straits. And Austin Mongold did an awesome job missing that crash. But nonetheless, that was all she wrote here at Bristol. As the race is now official, Ryan Richards has won the Food City 500. Here at Bristol, the number 25 Kodiak Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. A well-deserved victory for Ryan in his comeback season. First season, I believe, since season 11, I think. And there's your point, and there's your finishing order. Ryan Richards wins the race. Zach Flickinger second. Cody Lamas third. Fourth, Daniel Voiles. Fifth, Austin Mongold. Sixth was John Arndt. Seventh, Nathan Hudson. Keith Batson, eighth. Ninth, Stephanie Gardner. 10th was Dylan Poteet. Pichu London, oh so close finishes, 11th. in the race, and after getting spun out with about 2 to go, with about 3 laps to go, I think, in the race. Kyle Austin second, Kyle Austin 12, Charles Sanford finishes in 13th, 14th Trent Dunham, 15th Kyle Matthews, Matt McIntyre 16th, Jonathan Zorlin 17th, 18th Gene Sanford, 19th Jesse Dalton, 20th Nick Pericles. That was the finishing order here today. Some notable names down there. Down there, Trevor Reinhardt, only 1 lap down despite getting the spin out and crash about 3 or 4 times. Dougie Shears finishes 21st, Mason Powers 24th, Duncan 26th, Campbell 27th, Shelton 28th. She is not going to be happy with her performance. She's pretty much going to be happy to leave Bristol. I think Shelton is. And she is the last car left running. And cars out of the race: Mike Becker, William Duncan, Marty Johnson, Dalton Day, Zed Weinstein, Tony Green, Quentin Moore, Johnny Gardner. After a horrible flip he suffered, Sky Commons, Joshua Collard, Seth Cole, Joshua Osborne, and Dylan Young all out because of crashes. But for Ryan Richards, a well-deserved victory for him. The 25 Kodiak Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports takes the win here today. And here's your points as of right now. Gene Sammer still with a 12-point lead on Zach Flickinger. Dougie Shears currently 3rd. Pichu London 4th. Ryan Richards' victory moved him in the 5th in the points. And that, believe it or not, was his first top 10 of the season. That win was. Mason Powers finishes 6th. 7th is Jesse Henry. 8th, William Duncan. 9th, Daniel Voiles. 10th, Tony Green. And on down to Jessica Shelton, currently in 20th in the points chase at the moment. And on down to Marty Johnson right now in last place in the points. But so we head now to Texas Motor Speedway, the next stop on the tour for the running of the Duck Commander 500. Don't miss it.